Ladies and gentlemen, we are live. I haven't done a Bruce Buffer intro for one of these in a long time, and I figured I was just going to do that today. He is Jared Feinberg. I am Mike Hrynyshyn. We are live talking about everyone at Blue Chip Scouting's favorite team, the Carolina Panthers. Jared, you are a native of North Kakalaki. You are very familiar with this team. Yes, I do know the regional slang. You are familiar with the ins and outs of everything to do with the Carolina Panthers. Is that safe to say?
I think that's safe to say. I guess so. I don't know. Maybe. We'll see.
So, Jared, my friend.
Yes.
Are we thinking quarterback at 6?
I don't know. I want to see how the board plays out for
Because I have an idea
Carolina.
on what I would do.
Okay.
And it does not involve actually picking right away. Because correct me if I'm wrong, the Panthers only have one pick in the top 130.
I know what you're getting at. Yeah.
Not just a hat rack, my friend.
Yes. So which mock draft simulator are we doing?
Let's do Ryzen.
Ryzen? All right.
I've really liked what I've been able to get with Ryzens this year. So
let's do it.
All right. So Jared, while we're waiting for you to pull all of this up, is it safe to say that you're not the biggest Sam Darnold fan?
I think that's very safe to say for sure.
Now, outside of the obvious one, which would be quarterback, what else are we looking at? Because I think left tackle is a glaring need.
Yes, left tackle. The Panthers have not had a consistent starting left tackle since Jordan Gross retired in the 2014 offseason. The Panthers have also not had a true starting Mike linebacker since Luke Kuechly retired a few years ago. They also lost Hassan Reddick this offseason, so they also need a true edge rusher opposite of Brian Burns. Yeah, no, don't worry about it, Mike. I mean, look, Hassan Reddick, I think, fits very well for Philly. I like the fit. I think he'll be a very impactful player for Philly. You guys are going to like him a lot. So I'm excited to see him.
He's a Philly dude. He's back home.
All right. I'm trying to pull up the mock draft. I should have had this up. We should have been discussing this. What simulator we should have been doing. Yeah.
It's okay, Jared. Yeah. It's okay. Don't worry.
All right.
Two dudes with attitudes here. There's our wrestling reference for Forno on this one.
All right. I hope my computer can.
Do you want me to pull it up? It might be easier that way.
Yeah, pull it up. Yeah, it's my computer's acting a little slow. I have a bunch of pages open, trying to get articles written.
I can have it up in 10 seconds. So
yeah. So for the Carolina Panthers, they have done such an amazing job at keeping their intentions hidden. Like they're trying to give us like sneak peeks. Okay, we know they're interested.
I am starting it. I'm just letting you know that now.
Yeah.
So Hutchinson, Tibbs, Neal, Quanu, Gardner. This fell exact. The only surprise is that Trayvon Walker is still available, but I mean, I personally don't value him anywhere near as high as this.
Okay, so Carolina here's sitting at 6. Charles Cross.
You don't think you get to 137?
Yeah, let's look at who could be a potential trade partner.
Who? You know what? I
like New York. Maybe
the two teams I want to have trade up are division rivals, so it's never going to happen.
Yeah,
I say that
But
knowing that Philly and Dallas made a trade in the first round last year.
Yeah.
That being said, Carolina's not going to trade with Atlanta or New Orleans.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm not a big fan of them trading way too far back into like the
I was thinking
20s.
not.
I'm not.
I'm thinking trade with Seattle.
Yeah. And look, I know Panther fans want a quarterback here. Like there are plenty of fans that really do. No, Tyler,
Browning and Austin.
No,
This is block worthy.
Yes. We're not doing Pickett. I'll just make that very clear right now.
No. Browning, I'm not taking Pickett because I have standards. And Austin, we can't be friends anymore.
Jalen Hurts is better than Kenny Pickett. Facts.
Yes. All right. Now we need to restock that middle those day 2 picks.
Mm-hmm. And I want to keep you in mind, Mike, that Scott Fitter comes from a Seattle Seahawks organization that was trading back a lot. Like they consistently traded back out of the first round. But granted, they were picking in the late 20s,
exactly,
mid 20s. But now this is a whole different organization, different position in the draft. You're picking in the top 10. You're picking 6 overall, but you only have that one pick in the first 137 picks. So that's need to build difference. Up. Yes. So let's see what Seattle. Let's look at Seattle here.
So I've got it for we trade back from 6 to 9, and they gave us 72.
I kind of want a second because
I have an idea though.
Yes.
So I was actually earlier today watching the 2009 draft, and Cleveland started that draft at 5 and ended the first round at 21 because of 3 separate trades. We can collect assets.
We could.
So we can trade back again
depending on how the board falls for me. Yes. So sure, let's do this.
Because I don't see anyone else where it would make sense for them to trade up.
Right. So let's do this. Maybe.
Oh, they traded up for Cross. That was who I was hoping to trade back and get.
Well,
what if we? All right, who's still? I have enough.
So here's the situation now that Carolina is in. They've missed out on the top 3 offensive tackles.
Mm-hmm.
Top quarterbacks are still on the board.
Yeah.
So I'm still not really looking to reach for a quarterback here.
You know who I think might be though?
New Orleans?
I think might trade up. No. I'm thinking we trade back 3 more spots. There's a new front office in Minnesota.
Analytics
driven.
Forno's not going to be happy.
Oh, you kidding? If Minnesota trades up for Malik Willis, he's going to be doing backflips.
You got to get off the Malik Willis Allen thing, man. You got to get off of it.
I'm going to try to trade back to 12.
Yeah, let's do it. Let's see what Minnesota has to offer.
Would help if I could find them. Why can't I find
MIN?
No, I realize that.
Yeah.
Okay.
They're on the bottom, right there.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Okay.
12, 46.
12. Okay. 46 is going to make it too lopsided. But if we trade them. No, that's.
I give them 144.
And what if we swap them a 4 and next 5 next year?
No,
they're not gonna. They're gonna move off of that 2. But we can collect another 3rd, and then we can use that 3rd to move up again. They really don't like that trade. Oh, sorry, I have them giving us more. Okay, what the hell? How is that a lopsided trade?
Is there a way to force it?
No, this isn't PFF.
So let's try with Houston. I think Houston may give us better because they have more capital.
Okay. Houston. So 13, 9, 68, and we'll swap 144.
That's perfect.
We give up one of our fifths. We give up one of our fifths. We get an extra third as well, and we move back 4 spots.
Yeah, that works.
We're probably not going to be able to get a second, but we can just keep going. Jermaine Johnson was the pick. Okay. Malik Willis is still on the board.
I want to look at interior offensive linemen.
This early, eh?
Yeah, because so on my board personally, Zion or Kenyon Green is my highest ranked, is tied for my highest ranked offensive player in this entire draft class.
Oh, wow.
I love him. I like what I saw in Brady Christensen at left tackle. I think he could develop into a really legitimate starting left tackle for years to come for Carolina. I think he could be a very good guard at the next level. So I don't want to do Pickett because it's just like you're not
going to get
ceiling.
There's
no ceiling. Yeah. And I think the whole, and excuse my language, but I think the whole connection with Rule and Tepper and Pitt and Temple, it's total bullshit. So I'm just being blunt here, and I'm being quite frank. No, we're not doing Kenny Pickett here at 13. So, and I know I'm going to make Panther fans very mad. We're not going to do Malik Willis here.
Ooh, okay.
I
think. Are you hoping for another down year next year so you can get one of Stroud or Bryce Young or?
See, my thinking here is go back to interior offensive lineman. We're going to take King and Green here, and this will basically tip their hand and say they're going to be in the trade market for either Jimmy Garoppolo or Baker Mayfield, either in day 2 or day 3 of the draft.
And we've now gotten your extra draft capital to do so.
Yes, which is huge, which I love, and you easily make the Panthers offensive line much better than
one of my favorite players in this class. So
yeah, you have an offensive line that features Brady Christensen, Kenyon Green at left
Malik
guard.
Willis went 19th. I would love to get Devin's take on that one.
I think Devin would love that. Devin would love that. I know, knowing Devin, he would love that. But you look at the Panthers offensive line in this scenario: Brady Christensen at left tackle, Kenyon Green at left guard, Bradley Bozeman at center, Austin Corbett at right guard, and Taylor Moton right tackle. That is easily a better offensive line than a year ago. So I am very confident with this offensive line moving forward.
Now we got to make the rest of these picks really count.
Yeah.
The thing is I like what the rest of the offense looks like. You just hope for a healthy Christian McCaffrey. DJ Moore just signed a mega extension. Robbie Anderson, sure. Terrace Marshall, you're really hoping he has a bounce back year. On defense, you have pieces. I didn't realize Matt Ioannidis was now with Carolina, but he is. Davion Nixon from last year's draft, Derek Brown, Brian Burns, Yetur Gross-Matos. You're getting there.
Yeah. It's just, will we see a decline in the pass rush next season with Reddick gone? You will probably see it. But I am betting on a big year 3 coming from Gross-Matos in terms of turning into a player that can be a very formidable piece on the defensive side of the ball for them.
Now, I'm looking at the linebacking core for this pick.
I love Quay Walker.
Because I'm thinking Damian Wilson, you kind of just – he is what he is. Corey Littleton has bounced.
He got arrested the other day.
That too. Corey Littleton has bounced around a little bit. There's not a lot of stability.
That's
now,
depth.
we pick against, we have 68 and we have 72. And the reason I mention that is this.
No. No. We're not trading Christian McCaffrey.
And then
here.
you also drafted Chuba Hubbard
because
last.
Let's think about what Scott Fitterer is thinking of right now. You're going to keep one of your franchise players, even though he is playing for one of the least valuable, probably the least valuable position in football besides kicker and punter.
Austin's going to tell you how dare you besmirch the name of the punter.
Well,
God,
Austin,
any second now.
Austin, I love you, but
no,
sorry, no. Let scroll down the board a little bit because I'm willing to take a player here that I would really like at 68 if I saw someone.
What position are we talking?
I forgot Sean Ryan was still available here.
Oh yeah, the league doesn't seem to. No one seems to value Sean Ryan, which
that sucks too.
He's so good.
He's so good. Yes. Let's go Quay Walker.
Okay.
You get an athletic linebacker. He's still a little rough around the edges in some areas, but I really like what Quay Walker brings to the table in terms of athleticism. He can develop into a really good Mike linebacker potentially. There were times on tape like he was the Mike linebacker on some reps, and he did a good job getting the defense in place. And I totally understand the love for Quay Walker. I could definitely see him being the top linebacker taken in this draft. I don't think he lasts to 68 personally, but
I don't think he does either.
It just doesn't seem likely. So
where are you thinking of for 72?
So I don't think they go quarterback at all here. Carson Strong, no. With his knee, no way.
They're not touching him with that knee.
I want to look at running back.
Okay.
Because I love James Cook here, maybe. Because the Panthers just signed Deontay Foreman, who's going to be your power back in short
yardage plus EMC.
Yeah. But you also want a running back that can also complement McCaffrey in terms of passing down skill set.
I would say that's Chuba, but
I want to see more from Chuba in that area.
They just need to have a better plan to use him. Keep in mind, they had Joe Brady, who was great, and then they threw him under a bus and then brought in, who was it that they brought in as their offensive coordinator?
Ben McAdoo.
Ben McAdoo. I had to censor myself because Ben McAdoo, in the year of our Lord 2022, Ben freaking McAdoo. Put that on a t-shirt, Harbs.
So I want to see what other positions. Let's look at safety.
Okay.
Because
not a whole lot. I like Nick Cross.
What about edge?
Ryan Cook. Actually, edge.
If there's an edge that I like, Alex Wright.
Das Wunderkind.
Alex Wright, big brand guy. I know. For Nick,
I like.
Corey.
All right, we have the 4th at 137. I don't think he's going to be there. That's 65 picks away.
Yeah.
You want to try to trade back?
Sure.
Let's trade back.
I think this would kind of be the perfect place to trade back if you're Scott Fitterer, because if you don't like the value with some of these players here, trading back wouldn't be a bad idea here. So
I'm thinking Philly.
Yeah.
I think Philly might want to try to trade up and around this area. So.
Yeah. Give him 120.
124 and 83 for 72. Move back 11 spots, add an extra 4th in between as well.
Yeah.
What if, because I'm a greedy bastard, I'll take a 5th as well. And they're cool with that.
Yeah. And I want to remind Panther fans, every draft pick we make it doesn't mean that these guys will be starters from the get-go. Even
No.
like the late round guys, like
Oh,
they're
late
not
round
going to come
guys,
in and
you're looking for depth.
forget it.
Kenyon Green. Can I be honest with you? I hate the Panthers tight end room.
I like Trimble a little bit, but I want competition there. I want to see true
Trey
competition.
McBride makes a lot of sense because their tight end room is saddening.
He's tight end 1 on my board. Like I would not.
Is the only tight end
like taking here.
Dulcich is just a lot of what Ian Thomas and Tremble already bring you, but McBride brings what they already have, plus the ability to block.
Let's do Trey McBride. I like that.
I would try to trade Ian Thomas during the draft.
That's not a bad idea. But it wouldn't surprise me if they.
I've never understood their fascination with it.
So the reason why they brought him back is because Ben McAdoo likes to utilize the tight end a lot, and so they're hoping that Ian Thomas, who has shown flashes in the passing game and has improved tremendously as a run blocker, they're hoping that they can get a lot more production out of Ian Thomas this season. I like
stop hoarding tight ends, Tampa.
They don't need any more tight ends. Stop. Just stop. Get some help. Just get some help. Come on. What are we doing?
Sorry, that popped me.
My dad just sent me a very funny text about my mom. They're out of town right now, so it's something that I will send
share off
in
camera?
the group chat. Yes.
Okay. We can still get Alex right here at 124. So we traded back. We still get the guy that we wanted.
That's amazing.
We got at 72.
Alex Wright, send it in, baby. Send it in.
We go live now to Alex. To Tyler Fornes doing the Alex Wright WCW Das Wunderkind dance. I will make that reference every single time I talk about Alex Wright, and I will do so with no shame.
I want to look at running back here because I do want to add more.
Rashad White,
Kyrene Williams. I really like Williams.
I like Williams too, but the problem is I don't know how he gets on the field with that offense. I know he's a pass catcher, but you can also get Rashad White to do that. And he's a better athlete, more dynamic in open space.
True.
Don't get me wrong. I have Kyrene Williams ranked higher, but given what this team needs, Rashad White makes a lot of sense.
Yeah. Let's see. Trying to think of other.
Because I don't think Deontay Foreman's going to be on this team long term. I don't think he might not even make it through training camp.
I think Carolina likes Foreman a lot. Honestly, I think they want a deep running back room right now because they know Christian McCaffrey. Like they want him to have a lot of snaps. They need to really
the board is
ease him up.
So weak here now.
Yeah,
it's looking rough.
I'm glad we got some really big key needs here. So let's go Rashad White. And for the reasons you brought up, Mike, and also when I was watching White's film, good athlete, good receiver out of the backfield.
I love how we have apparently not really hit on any of their key needs.
But honestly, Brady Christensen kind of does fill a need in a sense because he has shown good flashes at left tackle. And now that Carolina's traded back, gotten all this draft capital.
Now, are you in the market? So obviously we didn't go Charles Cross. Panthers fans are probably screaming at their computer right now that we haven't addressed offensive tackle. Brady Christensen and then Moton and my big thing is, what about another developmental tackle? This is what I have in mind.
That's not a bad idea. I'm not opposed to that. I think they need depth because I don't think Cam Irving makes it through training camp.
No, he's also bad.
Yes. I do think Pat Elflein will still be on the roster because he fits more naturally at center.
Yeah. I like Rosenthal at this spot.
I do too. I let's go Rosenthal as
this is value.
Piece,
I have him in the
for
fourth,
sure.
So this is value.
Now we gotta wait until pick 199.
Tom Brady
What?
pick.
Yes. Maybe we take a quarterback there.
Oh no, we have 166. We got that from Philly.
That's right. More depth.
We're on the board again. Now
I will go more depth.
We take Bailey Zappi. Or do we go Caleb Ellaby?
All the quarterbacks are bad.
That's my gimmick, sir. That's my gimmick to shit on this quarterback class. Oops.
Nah, it's fine. Uncensored. Screw it. F it, man.
I mean, anyone who saw our coverage of the draft last year saw me cuss a lot.
Yes.
I'm not touching any of these quarterbacks. I don't care. I genuinely don't care.
I want to look at safety. I want to add more safety.
Leon
depth.
O'Neal ran slow. Do you need one that's more of a box safety or more of a free range?
Free range.
Okay.
I want more athleticism at the position. It sounds like Phil Snow is going to want to play Chin at safety, and that's what Steve Wilkes is wanting to do.
I wish I would have known that because I would have taken JT Woods at 137.
Oops. Oh, well.
Because he's coming off of a 7-pick season. Bubba Bolden can't tackle at all.
I do want someone that's just like free range, can really just roam the back end.
Leon O'Neal can do that, but he's not. You know what? Can I advocate for Marquis Bell?
You can certainly do that. And I know Devin Jackson. That's one of his brand guys. So Devin, I think Marcos Bell is a good spot here. Jesus, Browning. My God. Oh,
Browning, you're going to get us in trouble.
You're hurting my head tonight, man.
You're going to get us in trouble, sir. I'm going to go with Marquis Bell.
Yeah, I like that. Let's do it.
All right.
And I hope Panther fans don't freak out that, we didn't take a quarterback. Listen, anything can happen in the NFL draft. You know, this is one of the more unpredictable events in sports. Is the NFL draft. The NBA draft, you kind of already know like months ahead who's going to be in like the first 5 picks of the draft. I really don't know much about Major League Baseball's draft, but Guancos is on the board this late. Oh, I love him. Really like him, but
I like him too. But if you're gonna take, he's the exact same player as like Ian Thomas and Tremble.
Mm-hmm.
You already took the developmental tackle. There's nothing there at defensive tackle.
Christopher Allen.
Chris Allen makes a lot of sense. Because you can stash.
That's more edge depth. I think the room I'm thinking right now, if you add Allen, is that you got Allen for depth, who can develop maybe as a good rotational piece. Marquis Haynes, who they brought back for a 1-year deal. He may not even be back next year. Who knows? They brought back.
The thing is that I'm looking at their 3 deep, and there's nothing. Like we have Alex Wright. But if you look 3 deep on this team, there really isn't anything.
Yeah.
We added Alex
Matos, Luvu, and that's really it.
I'd double up.
Yeah.
I'm going to go Allen.
Yeah, let's go Allen here. And then for the 7th round pick.
At 242?
I want to go with a depth. Maybe receiver. Kind of want to add another receiver just for competition. Maybe just like
there's a local kid I'm hoping makes it.
Javion.
Yeah, Javon
Red
Hiley
line.
makes a lot of sense. Great route runner, great in space. No idea how he didn't get invited to the combine.
Why is Adam Anderson even getting drafted? What are we doing?
All right.
Yeah,
I like this class.
I do too.
It's a very different draft class than I thought we were going to get.
Same, but it
I don't
kind of
necessarily think that's a bad thing, but
and it kind of goes with what Fitterer might actually do in this coming draft class. Is if you're trading back, like Fitterer, sucker for trading back, and I think he would
by the
be
way,
down for
this
this
is the
kind
first
of
time
draft.
I've done trades in any of these. So we started at 6, moved back to 9, and got 72. Then traded from 9 to get to 13. We got 68 and gave up 144. Then we traded from 72 to get 83, 124, and 166. Our haul was Kenyon Green, Quay Walker, Trey McBride, Das Wunderkind, Alex Wright, Rashad White, Dare Rosenthal, Marquise Bell, Christopher Allen, and Javon Hiley. If this happened in real life, how would you react? What letter grade would you give that?
I'd give it a B plus. I really wish if Cross was still available at 9, Carolina probably would have stuck there and drafted Cross there, and probably if they sat at 6 and drafted Cross, I think they would be fine with just not having a pick in day 2. But also they could have taken quarterback there. No, I don't want Kenny Pickett. Tyler.
The thing is, this sets you up in a position where next year, I don't know what their draft capital for next year is looking like, but listen, this team's still not going to make the playoffs next year. No, they're not. So
you have Matt Rule as head coach, and
there's probably going to be 2 bona fide studs at quarterback. I bet you anything that
they
next
trade up
year, with a new coach that's going to be in place and Fitterer having all the control, now he can go get his quarterback. Like, this is a lame duck year for Matt Rule. He's getting fired. You move up, you get your quarterback next year, whether that's Stroud, Bryce Young, Trevor Van Dyke. It doesn't really matter. Get your guy next year in a much deeper talent pool at quarterback.
Yes,
but
and I Panther fans, like, they're so desperate for a quarterback, and I get it, but no, you're not.
I haven't had one since Jake Delhomme.
Mike.
Yeah, I did
Mike.
that.
Mike, we're not doing this. We don't have time for discourse right now.
We don't. Speaking of not having time, he is J-Rod NFL Draft, also known as Jared Feinberg. I'm Mike H_draft. We are outie. We will be back tomorrow. Y'all have yourselves a good night.